and a very warm welcome to today's edition of Lockdown SK, the interactive self-isolation talk show. And my apologies for our little delayed start. We had a little gremlin in the Facebook Live page. Can't imagine why. But anyway, welcome aboard to today's edition. And should there be another interruption to this transmitted broadcast, please log on to our website at www.studiokerkyra.com or the video platform that is vimeo.com, or else good old YouTube, and now Twitter's Periscope, whereupon you can see our films here and videos in superb quality HD. And to deliver and assist with this digital broadcast to you today across the internet, I'm very glad we have on board our fantastic producer, Claire Haas, who will be endeavouring to answer all your Facebook Live comments and taking those calls live on Skype. And of course, as always, I'm very lucky to be joined in the micro studio streaming studio today. I'll get my words right out 1 minute if I'm lucky. And it's Mr. Thomas Haas. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hi, Adrian. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I know it's Sunday, man. But it's okay. Don't worry about that. Sunny day, blue skies. We all happy. So don't worry. It's Sunday, man. It's all right. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Sorry, guys, for the couple of difficulties. I couldn't log on, and I did not know why I couldn't log on. So it was quite a funny situation. So we're running a little bit late. So sorry about that. But again, it's Sunday. We're here on the beautiful island of Corfu. The sun is shining, and yeah, we are happy, and Claire made another of these chocolate cakes, man.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a nice surprise. I like the first one, I can tell you that. It tasted as good as it looked on the Facebook pictures from the other day. It's 19 degrees, and as Thomas has said to you, it's very sunny. Beautiful blue skies and blue waters, of course, here on the wonderful island of Corfu. Before I forget to say any more, can we all at StudioKerkyra, with a real big heart, say thank you so much, in fact, a million thank yous to all the wonderful viewers and followers who have left comments in the recommendation section of StudioKerkyra's Facebook page. You are all truly wonderful and touched our hearts. I can tell you that, didn't they, Thomas?
Definitely great. Thank you so much for the review and the recommendations. That's great. You know, that makes it for us a little bit special. But without you, we couldn't do that. And today we have again a show. And today we got two of our viewers. One is Steve Bowers, who gonna join us live on Skype, and we're gonna ask him. You know what? He's here on this island. He comes to this island for years, and you know, just to know why did he, you know, this special thing about Corfu and that's his experience, his thing. So it's that. And Julie sent us a great video. As you know, Julie is testing for COVID-19, is one of the COVID-19 testers, and that's for Boots. And she made us a little video explaining how the whole thing works. So that's all what's coming up today, and everybody is logging on. Thanks so much for logging on again, everyone. Lorraine Smith is saying hi from cloudy Pompey. Vivian saying hello Corfu guys. Adrian, today you're joined by the one and only Vivian. So lol.
Oh, Vivian, I love your sense of humour. You are fabulous. I've never met you, but I know you are fantastic. Vivian, thanks for all your love and comments. We thrive on them, quite frankly. And as Thomas said, this show would be nothing without you guys all around the world, contacting in, sharing your experiences, asking and answering questions, and delivering us all here at StudioKerkyra such a welter of information, because you all have, and we thank you all.
Definitely, thanks from the bottom of our hearts. And Jackie Cherry is saying hello everybody. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. We got a couple of updates again today regarding wearing of the mask and regarding the opening times of the shops here. And I think we should get this out of the way before.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah. And now when I look, I just switch over. There's the use of the masks now, and we spoke about it yesterday. And the Deputy Minister for Health released a statement starting off the deputy. He over the last 2 days, another 6 flights have arrived in Greece from abroad with a total of 514 passengers.
Blimey! Well, that's a start, isn't it? I suppose
it's a start. They were all checked, and 9 of them tested positive for corona.
That's not so good, is
it? And that's not so good. No. But what are the use of masks will be? Where the use of masks will be compulsory? He writes here, he says masks will be compulsory on public transport for both employees and passengers. It will also be compulsory for staff customers and visitors in supermarkets, food shops, beauty centers, hairdressers, barbers, diagnostic labs, and hospitals. Yeah, so everybody has to wear, and this for sure. Violations will be fined 150 euros. He adds on the bottom and says the virus is still here, and our main weapon is individual responsibility.
Yeah.
This is an unprecedented situation. He added that some areas may need to go into quarantine again if there is a relapse regarding the numbers of cases and if it is deemed necessary. Yeah,
sensible.
Yeah, he stressed that the basic weapon are social distancing, antiseptic, hand washing, and the use of masks in closed spaces.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Thomas. At least we got some clarity on the subject now, at last, about the masks. Most
about the mask when
yes,
and what.
Yes.
So that's what is released, and that is the statement. I mean, I would recommend anyway, wear it always. Don't give them an angle to come and fine you, because they're gonna find something.
Yes.
So if you go out shopping, if you have to go somewhere, just wear a mask, and this makes it, takes all the headaches, if I'm right on completely away.
Yes, we said yesterday, best to have one on you at all times, because you never know when you might have to whip it out and put it on. Certainly you want to avoid those fines, and I suppose also it is out of respect for the other people that you're going to come into contact with, especially in small shops, the staff and other customers as well. So it's sensible. We can kind of see the logic of that, and it's good that he's repeated the advice about washing hands, because that's something that we may have slipped our minds recently, but it is most important to wash your hands as many times as possible. Antiseptic soap, very good idea.
Definitely, you should have a bottle of this hand sanitizer with you, a little one on the thing. But let me say hello to Steve McCabe, Carlos Philimu. Hello from sunny Liverpool.
Oh, great, Liverpool.
So,
hello,
Jerry O'D. Nice day again in Donegal. Hope you're all is good there. Yeah, Bars is all good. Brilliant. Saying Sally Roberts is saying hi from Cornwall. David Roseman is saying hello to you all. You keeping me company today, decorating pots. Already in information show today. So Patricia Webster, nope, not retail shops for customers, only strongly recommended, as Patricia said. Yes, I know, and I got that from the official side from the government, where he given that interview, and I don't know, and he says both have to. That's what I say. It's confusing. It's better you just wear one, not to open a door for a police officer or anybody authority to fine you, because they have to really define that and make that written clear, and this is nowhere done. But no, that's a good one. Michelle is watching, not compulsory, strongly recommended in retail outlets. Yes, that's exactly what we just said, but not said. It's statement I got here now from the DOV website, and what is then on the news again, and so it differs. So they make this really clear. No? But I think the shopkeepers and the things, they're gonna let you know anyway if they want you to wear a mask when you come in. I think that's gonna happen.
Reasonable like that. But as we keep saying, best to have one on you at all times, handy, just in case you need to put it on with short notice.
Yeah.
It's sensible common sense, isn't it, really? I mean, no one really likes full face covering, especially not when it's hot and sticky. But if it's going to save lives, not only yours, but others around you, well, it's a good measure to have, I think.
Yeah.
But it's also true to say, Thomas, that information can be a little bit confusing coming out of central and regional government, can't it?
Yeah, it's all a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit funny, you're not getting that. But I think the region's going to sort it themselves, like the island here, we're going to see. But we're going to ask again on government level what's going on. But let me go over here and update you now with what's happened with businesses when they reopen. No, the businesses that will be reopened are the following: retail shops selling books, newspapers, periodical items, stationary computers, peripherals, and software, telecommunication equipment, sport goods, flowers, the MOT center, hairdressers, barbers, beauty centers, shoe shining businesses, opticians and hearing aid shops. It's here. I can't help it. No?
We don't have much of a call for shoe shine here at StudioKerkyra. Hey, the paper though, you mean reams of paper, because I certainly do need some more of that. The amount of paper I've been getting through lately, writing notes for this lockdown SK. That's good to know, Thomas.
Yeah, definitely. He says it here again, the deputy minister said the businesses must strict adhere to the operating measures, the ratio between the numbers of people on the premises and the square meters, square meter area, distance between workstation, customers, appointment, book appointment. This is required, and personal protection equipment and measures, masks and hand hygiene. That's there. Penalties, and that's interesting now. There will be penalties for any violation, and consumers can call 1520 to report any violations, profiteering, and unfair business practices. So
that's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah. It's
on the subject of profiteering. It's not just the medical items that you might expect. We've been talking about the inflationary increase of prices of masks, but I don't know whether you've noticed, Thomas, but I don't want to mention any shops by name, but in so-called discount supermarkets, have you noticed how prolific some key items have gone up in price? For instance, like kitchen towel, as you might expect, I get through quite a lot of that. They've stuck €1 on there.
I know it is. They're talking about profiteering and that, and this is happening as we speak. When I look at my shopping bill now, compared to 2 months ago, I spend now around nearly a third more than I was spending 2 months ago. So they have to look into that one too. But it is, when you look, everything is written funny, and I start looking at the local news, local papers, and so national, and there you see the differences in between. But then I log on to the main website from the Greek government, and you're still not getting a straight answer. But they're imposing fines. So at first they said, okay, when you go out, you have to text and an ID with you, and a reason for going out. If you don't have that, you get fined. At least you knew what you need. But now it's relaxed, and what means, you shouldn't go out too far from your area too. That's another thing. So
do we know exactly how far you can go? Or
I've
here
still
on the
no
island,
idea.
for instance, we don't know still.
I have still no idea. So on the island, I don't know if it's an unnecessary trip to the north or what. Maybe it's a thing. But in your area here, okay. I mean, how far does it stretch? That's the question. That's I don't get. No.
Do you think from here we'd be able to get to town sensibly and legally?
Normally, because if we need now something, like Cosmoday or what, or in any other shop, of course,
we'd be all right.
That's why they open, and there we're gonna be all right. It's it's 25 kilometers in there for us here, so it should be fine. But if you guys know something we don't, please let us know. Comment now live or send us an email or a message to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com.
Actually, Thomas, that's highly likely, because I think our wonderful viewers and followers know a lot more than what we do here at Studio Kerkyra. It always makes me laugh, and it's always great to be enlightened by you, our lovely viewers and followers. So please keep the comments and links coming. And can I say a hello to Philip Ferris, who's been a fabulous viewer in West Cornwall, I think a beautiful fishing village. He starts work tomorrow at a hospital in Cornwall, I do believe, and he sent us quite a few, but yesterday he sent us a couple of links. One was about that exercise Cigna that the UK did in 2016, but he also sent a recipe, which I have to say I haven't looked at, and that was cheesy beef macaroni casserole, would you believe, which was a great idea to eat up all that mountain of cheese and beef that we were hearing about the other day across Europe. So thank you very much, Philip Ferris, for that, and good luck at work for next week.
Yeah, thank you. And there's more messages coming in. Thank you so much. Jerry D is saying, I'm having calamari tonight. So that's a good one.
Nice
Michelle
one,
Dundee
Jerry.
is saying, at least no more sending text for permission. I mean, that's a good one.
It is.
That's great, and that makes things for sure easier. Olivia Marie Lockhart is writing, hi guys, Kalispera, loving my daily fix of Corfu news and views. Great show, thank you. No, thank you for taking part.
Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia. Carol Harris, we have booked flights to visit. Hope we will all make it there.
So do we, and we're touch wood for you, and keep our fingers crossed that you and all your fellows Corfu lovers can come here this year at some point. We do so hope so. Yeah. And when you do, make sure you contact us, because all of us here at Studio Kerkyra would absolutely love to meet up with you. Chew the cud, as it were, and maybe have a coffee, a beer, or whatever else. Maybe some tasty delights cooked by our fabulous viewers.
Fabulous
viewers. You never know.
And Patricia is writing, great, there's a snitch number now for people to report other people. No, I know it is. No? But she also says the price is not rising. The price rise is not coming from the Greek retails. The prices are being raised on wholesalers. So yeah, so that would be interesting to find out. No?
That's a good point, Patricia. Yes. So in other words, what you're saying is the price that when it reaches the retailer is dearer than it was for them before, hence they have to pass that on to the customer. That kind of makes sense. Maybe the wholesalers have had restrictions of deliveries and all sorts of supply issues. But even so, it does make you wonder why some of the prices have gone up quite considerably. And this is for non-medical items, you know.
I know it is crazy, but here, Michelle is saying fines for everything, even if you don't produce an appointment book with full details. No, yeah, that's it is now about going out. You have to be careful what you produce and what do you show.
Appointment book.
Yeah, when you're a the company and you got to have appointments, you have to have appointment book with you and probably produce it and see. So, but it's gonna get very, very confusing, I think.
Yes, it sounds confusing already before we even start.
I know.
But Greece has a wonderful way of muddling through at the beginning, but then suddenly finds its feet and up and away it's gone and it's good. And we keep reminding everybody that at least Greece, the Greek government, really got to grips with the pandemic in the early days with that first initial big move that was very unpopular back in February the 27th when they cancelled carnivals. And it is these large public gatherings that definitely have evidence of super spreading this COVID-19. There's no question about that. I think social distancing and the lockdown has played a very big part here in Greece.
Well, definitely. It's. I think it's mad, and she's right with the fines. It is, but we have to know, we have to find out, we have to get off the bottom of that. And if you know more than we do, please comment now live or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com. Adam James is saying hello from Rock, UK.
Hi, Adam. Happy horses. Nice to hear that your horses there in Rock are happy. And why not? Because you and Rachel do a fantastic job. You're part of the Worcestershire posse. I keep mentioning this because to our amazement, there are a lot of people in the beautiful county of Worcestershire who actually watch us. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Adam, for your comments to the studio as well. Truly appreciated.
Yes, definitely, and thank you all, guys. It is really, really heartwarming to reading that all and getting and waking up on Sunday, do that with a cup of coffee and go through. Thank you so much, guys. It's great, but I think we shouldn't let Steve Bowers wait any longer. Exactly. Let's try to call him.
Absolutely.
So let's see that now.
Hello.
Oh yeah, hello. Here is hi, Steve. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah, no problem.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Great. Hey, Steve. Thanks for joining us. It was great to talk with you earlier, and great to get your message. If you can call in, of course. We take every opportunity because we all have one thing in common, and this is our love about this island here on Corfu. So, but first thing, how are you doing?
Yep, fine. We had a walk for about an hour before where we live. Just come back now and waiting for your phone call.
Great. How was your walk?
Yeah,
how's the situation?
Plenty of places around here to walk. Plenty of country fields, country parks. So we're lucky, really. Really lucky.
And a lot of people moving around out there, or?
There is, yeah, quite a lot today. I've noticed a bit more traffic than usual last week. I think it's the same everywhere in England, on the roads, that is.
So it's on social distancing. Do people keep to that, or
yeah? Well, we've been supermarkets. You sort of learn when to go, what time's best, and there's not massive queues now. There's still a few idiots buying loads of food, too much.
But no, why we wanted to talk to you, really, the real reason is, we hope that you guys are all safe in the UK and this is coming down slowly, it's stabilizing out.
Yeah.
But our show, we live from Corfu, and you one of the big lovers of Corfu, and you come for quite a while to Corfu. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, last year we came for 3 months looking for somewhere to stay for this summer. Went to Arillas, San Stefanos, Agis Gorgios and Pelikas. And we thought we'd been to 3 resorts before, and then we thought we'd try village life, and we absolutely loved it. And hence we should be there now. This weekend would have been our first weekend for the whole of the summer, renting a house, but alas, not to be. But we'll just see, it is what it is.
Yeah, so you had everything booked. Yeah. So
Everything
you had
like
everything booked, everything ready. So how did this work when they cancelled you? What
well,
options did you
our
get?
first flight was April the 27th. Then we moved it to yesterday. So obviously that's cancelled. So we've moved it to July. See what happens. We'll just keep moving it. If we have to go September, if it's everything's safe, we'll go. You know.
Well,
I need my
no, it's
coffee.
great, of course, but that's what I mean with the love story Corfu, how you said it. I mean, when did your love story and Sue's begin?
Well, I went a long time ago in the 80s. Went to Spain a lot, and then somebody mentioned Corfu. We went, two families, and went to Cavos, would you believe? And it was beautiful, beautiful beach, very shallow waters for the kids, brilliant. And we just fell in love with it. We had to go to the same bar every night. And the kids said, we've got to go to this bar, because you did impromptu Greek dancing. So we got to know the two lads there. Still remember the names, Alex and Agis, from a village called Kritika, which isn't far from Cavos.
Yeah.
And one day he said, look, meet us today and we'll take you out. Went to see his mum in Kritika. Then he took us to this beach, just us on it. It was unbelievable. And I still don't know to this day where this beach was. I think if you know southern Corfu, it's around Gardenau's way, I think. So absolutely brilliant. And we just fell in love with the people and the island. It was unbelievable.
I mean, you just mentioned Cavos here quickly. How different was Cavos in the 80s to now?
Beautiful. I think the taverna, we stayed in somewhere called Roussos Apartments. I think the Roussos Taverna is still there, I believe. And the owner is still alive, I've heard. He must be about 80, but it just surreal. It's just beautiful. Just like, I can't, it's like say like Agis Gorgeous is now. That's what Cavos was like then. No, beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful beach.
Yeah, no, the whole island has its qualities where you go, and you just mentioned the friendliness of the local people. I mean, I traveled Greece a lot, but Corfu is really it's special in its way.
Yeah, we've probably been to about a dozen islands, and I love Greece all over. Wherever Zante, Catalonia, Santorini, even Ios, but Corfu, it's just that bit, 100%. The rest is 99%. No.
Yeah, it's that's true. But another question now. I know it's not fair to ask, but what part of Corfu do you like best?
Well, we picked, like I said last year, we picked our four favourites: Arillas, San Stefanos, Agis Gorgeous, where we've been about 10 years on the trot, and Pelikas. But we love everywhere. We get a car and we go drive about. We know a few friends in Pentati. I think you know Pentati well, don't you?
Oh, yes, Pentati we know well.
We go to Angelo's and see Makis there, in his kitchen.
Yeah, that's
fantastic,
special.
Yeah. Marathias, we go down there. Can't think. Kalami Fish Taverna.
Kalami Beach is fantastic. Yes, I know. I know it is so hard to find one spot and you say, oh, that's brilliant. I love that, because the island is full of it. But you choose some more the central west coast for your things.
Yeah, but like I say, we do like Arillas and San Stefanos. The beauty is you can walk to each resort in 20 minutes, half an hour, which is great. Great beaches again. But we just, like I say, going back to Pelikas, we just loved it. And I think it's a safer option for us, because if we just say we stayed 6 months in San Stefanos, there's tribute bands every night, and I think you'd be out every night, which you can't do. You can't do. You just can't do that. Yeah. Well, you can, but not much liver left, I think.
Yeah. So when you guys come over this time, you're coming for 3 months again, or?
No, well, we're going for 6 months, but obviously whenever we can get over, if it's September, we're going back about October the 21st, so we'll get a few weeks, hopefully. If not, we'll just do it again next year. That's the plan.
That's the thing. So 6 months, you're going to enjoy, and we for sure going to meet each other for a drink. We have to, of course. No, we're all lovers of Corfu, and that's great.
But the cats with Steve Ford, if you want.
Well, brings me up, what is your favorite food, favorite drink here on Corfu when you are here? What is your special?
Favorite food's got the cefado's my favorite food.
Yeah,
love cefado, cleftico. Like starters, chili feta in the oven. I had that in Agis Gorgeous last year. That was beautiful. Drink, I usually drink Mythos probably, but Anything.
Yeah, that's the mind too. Well, at the moment now, being in England and should have been here already. So what do you miss most? What is the one thing what really gets to you because you miss it?
It's meeting people, and it's going to be hard for the foreseeable future. Like I think we spoke the other day, just to handshake, give somebody a handshake or a hug, which you do when you're abroad. It's going to be hard,
especially in Greece. Yeah, so it's going to be a different holiday experience.
Yeah, but we're willing to go, but only if it's safe. Obviously, we won't do anything that you're not allowed to do. Obviously,
exactly.
I don't know how they're going to do it on planes or airports. We just don't know, do we? So
exactly. So that's gonna be. But when you ready to travel, you have to let us know about every step you have to take to reach that beautiful island. Promised?
Of course we do. Yeah.
Great. Oh
no problem.
You know what? I don't know if you want to say anything at last now. Any message?
You just anybody's watching. Yeah, if Steve Ford's watching or Chris Taberner's watching, hope to see you sometime this year. Have a few bevies, and everybody else stay safe. And hopefully we'll all get there to the island.
Great. Hey, Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for talking with us and and share with us your love for Corfu. And we hope to see you very, very soon. Hopefully in July already.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No problem.
It's great to put a face to the name, Steve. So thank you so much for calling in. Really good to see you. And you're real and alive, and that's wonderful.
Yeah. Can you say, Adrian, you've got a real radio voice, a voice for the radio, I think.
Do what, sorry?
You've got a real radio voice.
Really, Steve? Well, that's very kind of you to say so. Can I just ask a quick question? I think you mentioned when we had a quick test before the broadcast, you said you were from Worsley near Manchester.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Is that where, forgive me if I'm wrong, but is that where the famous Warburton's Bakery is?
Don't think so. No, no.
I'm just thinking when I heard your lovely tones, your northern tones, I just thought of Warburtons, and they make the best crumpets, don't they, Steve?
No.
I'm missing the crumpets, I have to tell you out here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But we'd love to welcome you when you do eventually come to Corfu, and we'll give you a rousing welcome. I absolutely promise you that. And it's good that you're friends with our friends Steve Ford and Chris Taberner, because they are great human beings. They're wonderful guys with great senses of humour, and no doubt you are as well. So the three of you together would be fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Okay, brilliant. Steve, thank you for joining us, and we speak to you soon again. Thank you. Have and stay safe.
Stay safe. Thank you, Steve. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, fantastic, Thomas. Just to put a face to that lovely name, and wasn't it good to hear those lovely Lancashire tones there? Well,
definitely.
But Steve's such a jolly chappy, and he's been such a great contributor to our programme, Lockdown SK. And it's really great that we can galvanise all these people together to make the time pass a little bit smoother for them in lockdown.
Definitely, and it was great to talk to you. Thanks, Steve. And that's fantastic. If you want to talk with us a little bit about Corfu, don't hesitate. Write us in a comment, or like Steve, contact us, and we have great on a conversation on Skype. Absolutely. And there you see how many I love for this. It's always the same reasons, isn't it?
They all love Corfu, and we do, and that's why we all started this whole adventure, StudioKerkyra, to begin with, really, because we absolutely love this island. And we keep reminding everybody that there is something truly special here, but you won't really understand what we're going on about unless you come here yourselves. And you've heard there, Steve and his lovely wife Sue are regular visitors, so they'll be back. If they can't come back just now, they'll be back later. And that's the spirit. You can always take more time here next year. You know, that's the way to look at it, I guess. He picks up a point there that a lot of people are asking Thomas, isn't they, about what's it going to actually be like traveling on an aeroplane here. Still a bit unknown, isn't it?
It is, and when you look, you know, it's gonna be a complete here. Patricia Webster is writing, sure, they got a grip. Well, I think they're replying somewhere, but have done very well, little following up on the situation. It's a new way. Michelle is saying it's a new way of life. Should be interesting to see the results and difficulties. So I think I'm reading the right thing out. Well, but it's going to be an interesting challenge, a new experience completely. This is not like holidays as we know it. No. That's especially not for that year. So it's going to be a change there. And just traveling from home to your holiday destination gonna be a little adventure already on its own.
It is indeed. I don't know whether you received one, but in my email inbox this morning, I was rather disappointed to see I had an email from EasyJet advertising forthcoming holidays and getaway trips and all the rest of it, mostly for 2021. Why I was sad to see it was that there wasn't one single holiday advertised for Corfu. It was all Spain and Turkey and other places. Well, I think Corfu, that's where you need to be. Corfu, come to Corfu when you can.
Yeah, of course, come to Corfu when you can. No question. No, but it's nice to hear, and it's always the same. I think it's great. It's the people here on the island, the Corfuots, what make that island special.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, combined with all these views, with all these surroundings and things, it's all a combined mixture.
It's wonderful.
Of getting it is wonderful, and I love it. And I think that's exactly why we picked that, and everybody experiences the same, and that makes me happy.
I would go stick my neck out here. I'd go as far as to say this idea of fantastic, warm hospitality that you will get and receive from the Corfuots, polysenia is what they call it, is in their blood. It's in their DNA. Been going for generations, how to welcome and interact with tourists from all around the world, and they really do. But there is something, as you said earlier on, Thomas, something extra special. And I think Steve Bowers picked it up there from good old Manchester, that he's been to lots of other places, all beautiful, but there's something extra special with the wonderful Corfuots and the whole notion of hospitality here on this island. It's truly unique and special.
Definitely. And here, Olivia is writing and is saying, if we go to visit in September, Adrian, I'll bring you some Wobbeton crumpets.
Oh, blimey, Olivia, I love you. Please do. That would be great. I really miss them. They're very good with Marmite on, Have you tried? If not, try marmalade. That was sweet and sour sort of thing. Great.
Sarah Rosemary, I'll bring you some too, Claire. So, you are going to get so many crumpets now. So that's
Thank you very much, Sarah. Sarah and David Rosamond have been fantastic contributors as well. They really have. Real stalwarts to the programme. Lockdown, SK.
Loving it. Christopher Dabada is writing in and saying, when we run a hotel in Dassis, I told people online I missed Branston pickle. Yeah. By the end of the season, I had 57 jars.
Well, funnily enough, yes, Chris. Actually, you can buy it here. There's a certain shop in Maratica that's got a healthy supply of Branston pickle right this minute. Should you need to know that, of course. But I'll tell you what, Branston pickle and cheese, whoa, nothing like it, is there, eh?
Oh, yeah, now you get going. But then you need proper cheddar
again,
too, no?
Yeah, sorry, proper cheddar. English cheddar cheese,
of course, man.
It's very good, yes.
It's a must.
Of course, our friend in Donegal, Jerry O'D, was waxing lyrical about feta cheese yesterday, and he was kind of asking for some. If we can get ourselves our act together, maybe, Jerry, we'll try and send you some. Oh, well, don't hold me to it. I'll work on it. I'll find a way of getting you some Greek or Corfuot special feta cheese.
So, you can see how you organize it. That could be. It depends on how long
we could do an exchange.
We can exchange program.
We can get some cheddar back the other way. Fantastic. Talk about collaboration here on Lockdown SK. It's the way forward, though, guys. Collaboration. It really is. We have to work as one world, really, together, Things only go wrong when the power and money ends up in the wrong hands of despotic leaders. There are a few around. Did you see, Thomas, that one of the countries that's had a huge spike in cases and fatalities over the last few days has been Brazil?
It's been happening in Brazil now. Everybody was waiting for that one.
Yes, well, I'm highlighting Brazil because, as you know, we keep saying, well, the Southern Hemisphere has so far escaped the worst of the ravages of COVID-19. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Brazil is in the, most of it anyway, is in the Southern Hemisphere. And I think mainly that's down to their President Bolsonaro, who's been so flagrantly disregarding
and has not taken it serious
at all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little flu, he said.
Yeah, I know. That's annoying.
Ask Boris Johnson that. Do you know in today's papers, Boris Johnson was giving a heart-rending report of how he nearly died. It is a serious disease. We've seen the videos, we've heard the testimonials from nurses across the world, including our beautiful, wonderful viewer in LA, Andrea. Thanks, Andrea, for sharing your experiences a few weeks back on a live Skype call. And we're got one coming up, a video, haven't we, from our other fabulous viewer in Edinburgh, the wonderful Julie Cam. So these are serious people, guys, or these doubters of COVID-19. I mean,
It's the
they've
thing.
got to get real, Thomas.
That's a good
because
one. You're saying that now because yes, we got a video and Julie
Yes.
Cameron for sending us in
It's
because
wonderful
she's
she did that.
testing for COVID-19. So let me look in there and see and bring you that video. So I have to see where it's and here we go.
Great.
Hi guys, I thought perhaps your viewers and listeners would quite like to know what it's like to experience a drive-through COVID-19 test in the United Kingdom, if they ever have to go for one. So basically what will happen is they will register at the site entrance, and then they will drive, keeping their windows closed all the time. They will drive to the testing tent, where I will then come out, fully kitted up with PPE, and ask them to wind down their window. I will take the...
Sorry, I'm gonna
Hi
start that again.
guys, I thought perhaps your viewers and listeners would quite like to know what it's like to experience a drive-through COVID-19 test in the United Kingdom, if they ever have to go for one. So basically what will happen is they will register at the site entrance, and then they will drive, keeping their windows closed all the time. They will drive to the testing tent, where I will then come out, fully kitted up with PPE, and ask them to wind down their window. I will take the card from the window to see their name, and then I will say, hello, Joe. My name is Julie, and I'm going to be your tester for this afternoon. I will then ask them a couple of questions. I will say to them, before I start the test, can I just ask you, are you aware if you have any mouth ulcers? Are you aware if you have any small cuts up inside any of your nostrils? And do you have any bleeding disorders? And hopefully the answer to all of them will be no. And if that's the case, I then give them a tissue, ask them to put their window up, and then tell them while I'm in getting the kit set up, if they could gently blow their nose. So whilst they're doing that, I'll go in and get the kit, and then I come out, ask them to wind their window down again, and then explain to them that I'm going to be doing 2 swab tests on them. The first one will be taking some cells from the very back of their throat, which might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's normal. And then using the same swab, I'll go up inside one of their nostrils for 15 seconds. So once I've explained that to them, I then ask them to take their seatbelt off, come slightly towards me, put their head back, open their mouth as wide as they can, and keep saying ah until I tell them to stop. And when they say ah, it opens up the back of their throat, which makes it easier for me to see. And then I will go in and take some swab samples from the back of their throat. Quite often it does make people gag, which, as I say, is a normal reaction. And then obviously go up inside one of their nostrils, which is usually not quite so bad, but does make their eyes water a little bit sometimes. And then finish it off, pop the swab into the little container, snap the top off it, put the lid on, and then I'll ask them to wind their window up while I take the test back in. I go back into the cabin, get the test packed up, come back out, give them the receipt card, and explain to them that they'll get the results in 48 hours by either text or email. And there's a little NHS helpline number on the card as well. I then thank them, make sure they're okay, and ask them to put their window up until they leave the site. And that's it, really, in a nutshell. Just thought you might be interested, just in case any of your listeners or viewers need to go through it. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, that was extremely detailed and thorough observation of how to do a test. And of course, Julie there is right in the middle of doing it. Fair play for Julie for doing that, but also thank you very much, Julie Cam, for sending us that video in. That is absolutely splendid.
That's great, yeah, and this gives you great details now how the whole test is running down. So, Julie, thank you so much for that. And that's what I say, you know, we couldn't do this show without you guys. You send us videos in, you talk with us live here, and we all spend an hour together in this, you know, bad time at the moment. Thank you so much for that. So if you have anything to say, please comment now and let us know, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com. And I got in here, Julie Cam is just saying, hi guys, just in from my shift. So Julie,
welcome
great.
back home, Julie. We've just played your video, and it's so detailed with so much information that we wouldn't have even thought of. I noticed that you kept the drivers would have to be winding their windows up and down quite a lot, so they're in a sealed environment for as much time as possible. A few things surprised me. 15 seconds, the swab is up the nostril there. That surprised me, but I can understand why. And also 48 hours to get the result back for your test.
It's quite quick. I think it's not that long. You think it's long, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because we're hearing of 20 minutes and 10 minutes, Korea and other places in America. But maybe this is a very advanced
That's all,
test.
you know, with delivering
yes,
there, and then
yeah.
the test gets picked. The test itself probably is a 10 to 20 minutes, and that's it. No, but
It's the
you know, from
result
collecting
must
the
be-
sample to getting the sample there, and then the sample being picked for testing, and then the test is written up and logged. This can take 24 hours. I think it's all right.
Sounds to me it's the proper test that Julie's doing there, not just a quick finger prick job. But there you go.
There you go. So let me say hello quickly. Jerry Odi is saying, say hello to my friend Ossie in Moretica. Yeah, Ossie, hello from Jerry here. Sarah Roseman is commenting, very informative. Thank you, Julie. Patricia Webster is saying, good information. And it's great. Oliver, very good information there, Julie. Thank you. And that's great. Vivian is saying, fair play, Julie. Thank you. Stay safe. God's angels. So, and that's great. And here's Sally Roberts. Great. Thank you, Julie. So that's great. See, and this is how we collaborate and work all together. And you guys are fantastic.
Oh, you certainly are. And Julie Cam's a bit of a star now. Well done, Julie, because you've been a fantastic viewer and contributor, as you all are. You were one of the first people to write into Lockdown SK back on that first broadcast on the 15th of March.
Yes, it was, yeah. And when I think it's 15th of March, and we now in May already, and we have no idea how long this gonna go on for. So it's a little bit of I don't know. It feels, on one side I'm happy because we love doing it. There's no question.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Of course, we wouldn't want to be doing anything else in lockdown, would we now? It's the best thing. We're very lucky indeed to be doing it, actually. Let's be honest here. But actually, it seems to us here at StudioKerkyra that we are actually fulfilling a purpose, which is always good to know. Do you know, somebody said to me the other day, Thomas, in fact, one of your neighbours, he thanked us for what we were doing, and he said, you guys are doing a really important job. And this is a Greek gentleman from the old school, so it's always nice to hear that we're doing an important job. And I think it is important for our viewers and listeners, because there's this wonderful exchange of information ideas,
and
experiences.
Yes, and at the same time, look here, the pictures I got in. It's great, you know. That's so how the supermarket's gonna look now in future. So thanks for sending that. I forgot now who sent that picture, so I'm so sorry about that. But it's one of our viewers, see, and that's what makes it so great. And that's where I say, wow. But that's something we have to get used to. And I saw already here on Greek television, they're installing stuff like that here in Greece. Everywhere in the shops, they're all preparing now very, very heavily for tomorrow, for the opening of the
yes, they are, aren't they?
Of the shops again. And I think they need it. So 1st of June is then the coffee shops. I'm keeping a very close eye on that one.
I'm glad you said that most important date. That's a red letter day, isn't it, Thomas? When we're able to legally sit down outside a coffee shop.
I was shocked, man.
Coffee. That's wonderful. Yeah,
I was shocked. I cannot believe, you know, all of a sudden. And there's so many fantastic coffee shops here what makes so great coffee. It's brilliant.
You
could
know? Spend your entire holiday going around visiting them all and rating them, quite frankly.
See, there's the other word coming in, holiday, and our lovely Nico, Annabelle and Nikos Louvros sent us some pictures over from the first Club Med in Dacia in the 60s. Have a look at that.
No.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the introduction. See, I forgot about that. That's what Melita was sending over, and I thought that describes the island quite great. It's one of the books her father wrote, and an editor
It's very well, beautifully written, isn't it? Exotic scenery, magical colours, flaming sunsets, romantic moonlight, luxuriant vegetation, lush green, even in the height of summer, a riot of radiant flowers and colourful blooms, centuries-old silver olive groves, glowing oranges, scented lemons, rich pagolias, sleepy lagoons, forgotten caves, bubbling springs, exciting caves, virgin beaches, golden sands, and pellucid, turquoise, emerald seas. Played out through these platitudes, may I make no apology for their repetition, for there is surely only one island in the whole universe. Do you know of any other to which they collectively apply? So, let's take a quick look round as much of the island as we can in the time at our disposal and have the map open so that we can see where we're going.
Great,
absolutely.
Isn't it?
And also, we agree with the whole universe bit. Absolutely, we do. Sorry about the word. I've never come across the word pellucid before. I don't know, but I hope I pronounced that right. But they're right about the turquoise emerald seas. They certainly are. The last bit makes me laugh, Thomas, and have the map open so that we can see where we're going. Because
That's a good one.
It is a good one because I don't know whether you've heard me mention this before, but when I first came to visit this beautiful island back in the mid-2000s, looking at a map, trying to read a map from Corfu was very tricky indeed, and actually no two maps were ever the same.
The same,
So,
yeah.
riotous hours of amusement that caused and getting lost. Now, there we are. That's the Dacia Club Med photograph from the 60s.
So thank you, Nikos Lubos, for sending them over. That's the 60s, and when you look, I mean, I love the stone tables. I love these seats. You know, that's also things what disappeared, what is very sad.
Yeah.
But you know, they look like millstones, and maybe they are. You have never known.
Millstones. I think they probably are corn grinding stones or whatever. There were a lot of.
But look at that. Is that not? That's how you remember holiday, isn't it?
I love the huts. Don't they look fantastic? Absolutely brilliant. Club Med started out, as Melita told us, originally in Palio Kostritsa, but I think they only hung around for one season until they moved to Dacia, where you see on screen now. Dacia's on the east coast, a little bit north of Corfu town.
But beautiful, isn't that something?
Isn't that wonderful?
I love the huts, man.
Yeah,
I think they should bring these huts back.
Yeah, bring the huts back. Let's start a campaign.
Yeah.
Corfu hut for your holiday. Why not?
But it's great, and a lot of people joined us again. Thank you. Ami from Finland is watching, and she said, thank you, boys, again. It was nice to see you. So she logging on, looking in. So hi, Ami. For a lot of coming in here, but it's another one. Vivian is saying, "Oh, you are some reader, Adrian. Bless you."
Oh, well, I'm sorry I made a mistake with that word. Vinny, we love you. You're fantastic, by the way. You're, I have to say, you're our first.
That's Vivian from Ireland.
Oh, Vivian. Oh, I got it wrong.
You're a good
Vivian,
reader, man.
oh, you're fantastic as well. Vivian, you're brilliant. We said all that a minute ago. We'll keep saying it. Vivian, you're brilliant. Mind you, so is Vinny. And can I just say, Heiva Ilta, we love you. And
definitely,
Finland.
guys, you are all so great. And no, we love Winnie anyway. I mean, Winnie was one of our first
Vinny
supporters,
and
she really, it's great. So no, guys, that's so brilliant. But these pictures, I love these pictures, man.
They were great.
All these things. Why can't we get it a little bit back? And I think when you look into that one, and I looked at a few things, there were more camping going on this island.
Definitely in the 60s, 70s. And yes, there was.
Must be, because when I see some pictures, they're brilliant. And what a way of holiday.
Do you know, when I first started to drive around on the island, which was probably about 2008 when I ventured and was brave to hire a car, I saw a few campsites that had been closed down, that were deserted. So maybe there might be a resurrection. Camping may be the way forward. In many ways.
That's what I say. No, it's not for everybody. I mean, you know what? It's not bad to camp. Some are afraid, they need their thing. Well, I love camping.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's that experiencing another country is part of go camping within, because you done it in your country too when you're grown up. No, that's how you learned about your country. So why not experience a country in these ways? You can have your 1 year old catering apartment, and then the next year you can go camping, and then you can mix that all up. But I think camping, it's the way forward. And when I look at all the pictures from Corfu in the past, it makes me quite sad that there's not enough camping areas.
Well, let's hope there'll be
It's a beautiful way of holidaying.
a flourishing camping scene here in the not too distant future. That would be good, wouldn't it?
That would be great, brilliant, and and this makes it easier a little bit with social distancing too, because of the camping sites. You can really put this in place and can coordinate it. So I think they should get a little bit ready for camping stuff here too. It's for sure gonna happen, especially what is happening with the prices for next year. The flights we know we're gonna go up.
Good
Is the apartments, is everything else going up?
Possibly. We do know about the airline fares. We are warned from all quarters that the days of mega cheap holiday bucket seat sales, as it were, are over. And I think everybody's got to be prepared to have to spend a little bit more on their airfares. Plus the fact that there might be some more taxes coming along as well. We don't know yet, but there could be.
There could be, yeah.
But definitely airfares will be, especially if they're 33% less of load capacity. They've got to make that money up from somewhere. Mind you, the mitigating factor for airlines currently at the moment is a very low international oil price. Although, of course, the price they pay is more to do with the exchange rate from the euro or the pound to the dollar than it might be for the actual barrel of oil. Aviation fuel is a different kettle of fish anyway, but the airline should have had some relief from that. But of course, what they gain on the fuel, they're losing in other areas because of COVID-19.
Of course, yeah, that's.
But camping, that's a good idea.
I think it's a complete thing, because I spoke with someone and we spoke about a couple of episodes ago. Bus travel the coach travel come in. The ferry is gonna get used more because people come here themselves with their vehicles. What is not good for the rent-a-car businesses on the island, no? Whereas everything is laid out for holiday makers with who fly here.
It has been. Yes, you're right.
But somebody pointed out and said, no, you know what? You can travel from Germany, from Switzerland, from Austria, from France, per train to Corfu.
Train to somewhere in Greece. There's no train, sadly.
Yeah, but they made a good point. You can go to, if you come from anywhere, to Brindisi. Per train, you can go to Ancona. Per train, you can go to Venice and go with the ferry over here. And the same is Igoumenitsa-wise. They say, through East Bloc countries, you can come down now.
Yeah.
And you can reach Greece per train. And the tickets are not as expensive as you think.
No, and
so
I dare
that was
say,
quite a thing, yeah.
Going forward, they might end up being considerably cheaper than the equivalent airfare. We already know a wonderful viewer and a follower to the studio and this particular program. Good old Rolf there, Rolf Weiner. I won't say the surname, I've forgotten the pronunciation. But Rolf's currently staying with his friend and his wonderful landlady in Gouvia, and he drives here, doesn't he? He brought his car down at the beginning of the season, and of course he's got stuck
it's
here.
Great.
Mind you, what a place to be stuck. What a place to be stuck.
You can't complain about that.
Thank you, Rolf, for your glowing review, by the way.
It's totally, I think it's totally feasible. You can also arrive by train, and what a nice journey. I like train journeys.
Yes, they're all right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and let me go here. Vivian from Ireland is saying, can you say hello to my sister, Nicola Dole? Sorry, my sister, please. So, Nicola, hello, and hello from your sister, Vivian. You know what? This is not easy for me to read
all sisters
names
together. No, I'm sure not, Thomas. But you do a very good job, and there's so many of these comments, and they have to say, ladies and gentlemen, they do disappear off the page rather quickly.
Yeah, well.
The comments.
I know this is just going bloop, and this goes here. Another one is coming in. Jerry O.D. is saying, I remember a big camping site, a big one out in Halikunas. Yes, and you're right, and there was one here, and it's still here, but it's just closed for years and years. And this was a great camping site. So, why not doing something with that again? That's gonna come, definitely.
Yes. Yeah, good one. There was another idle one near Dacia, actually, Dionysus. That's laid idle for quite a few years now. So, yes, maybe camping will make a big comeback, and it does make sense, and good idea to come to the nearest ferry port by train, and then pop across the ferry to Corfu. Corfu town or Lefkimi are your points of contact there with ferries.
Definitely. Here, a message coming in. Annabelle is saying, Club Med style huts, good for social distancing and social isolation.
Exactly.
I mean, that's not a bad one. That's a good one.
That's why it looked very appealing to me, Annabelle. Actually, I rather like those wooden huts. They looked wonderful, didn't they?
Yeah, and here, while we talk about the Club Med, Vinny is writing in and saying, I remember the Club Med in Ipsos and the incredible handsome Sophocles.
Good one, Vivian.
The very laid-back policeman in charge was that.
Great.
All went a bit pear-shaped in the early 1980s when they were raided from the sea by some Italians in speedboats who robbed them at gunpoint. Not quite sure what they stole, as they used boats as beads as currencies rather than cash. So that got raided once for
Good
things.
heavens. Thank you
great,
very much
man.
for telling us that piece of historical news. We would never have thought that, actually. Good grief.
Yeah, and Jerry Adu is saying, I used to drive to Venice from Denmark. It's a great drive. I think too. Great, brilliant. Yeah.
Across Europe, how wonderful. Good
What a
one,
nice
Jerry.
holiday you make there, just going by car. You can stop in between. Make a,
Of
take
course.
2 days just to arrive here, or 3 days. Have then 2 weeks here and then take another 2-3 days back. It's brilliant. I think that's how holidaying should be. And everything gonna go a little bit back to basic of holidaying now.
I
so
think
it's
so too, yes. Maybe it's time that that's the case, and coronavirus has given us the opportunity to perhaps look at the world in a different light.
Right, definitely. Here, and promises are being made. Christopher Tabana is writing in, I have decided to give up alcohol till the strict lockdown has ended. Wish me luck. It's 5.5 hours. LOL.
Well done, Chris, for sharing that with us and for doing that. Good luck to you on that one. Hopefully, lockdown won't last much longer for you. So, does that mean he's sneakily only going to do it like for half a day?
I don't know. Yeah, of course he got there.
Good one,
He got a good
Chris.
angle on there. But Marcus Pennison is writing in,
Hi,
I'm
Marcus.
doing it till the pubs open again, if there are any. Not considering Wetherspoon. So, well done. That's a
Well
good
done,
one.
Marcus. Yes, we like to hear that. Actually, pubs in the United Kingdom, I read something this morning, didn't look too good for opening. I don't think it's this side of till the end of July, I think I read. They're not going to be openings anytime soon in the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom, yeah, but here, 1st of June, the coffee shops are gonna be open, believe me. I can't wait, to be honest.
Hopefully, if we got Marcus on the line, that we answered your question the other day, Marcus, about children and COVID-19. We looked into it a bit in yesterday's programme. Let us know if we did indeed answer your point there.
Yes, please. But guys, it's great how many comments we getting in here. David Roseman saying the variety of subject covered today is amazing. Thank you. No, thank you, guys. It's again, you know what? I hate to say it, but the hour is over. Sunday afternoon is thing. And one more thing from you. I think
one
you get
small little bit of happy
some
news.
happy news. Yeah, we have to finish on happy news.
For people
Definitely.
in England or United Kingdom, I should say, Scotland, North England, really particularly. Not for Chris, who's vowed to give up drinking. But would you believe next Friday there's a pub in Alnwick, and it's from the Alnwick Brewery Company. Do you know, Thomas, they overbrewed for Easter. They brewed so much beer, and of course Easter never happened in the United Kingdom, as it didn't do here. So for the last 3 or 4 Fridays, they've been giving away free beer, would you believe? All you've got to do is turn up with a suitable container. They do ask, don't bring baths. Apparently, one week someone brought a bath along. Bath along to fill up a beer.
I mean, that's
rather
a
than
thing,
throw
free
it away,
beer, rather than
yes,
throwing away.
exactly.
Of course, I think it's better use in me than on the road or somewhere.
And the thing is, it's free, but they're asking you to make a donation to NHS charities, which is a wonderful thing. Yes, absolutely. And this is in Northumberland, guys. One of our viewers there, Margaret Blackwood, is nearby, I do believe. I think Margaret Black. Sorry, beg your pardon. But anyway, Northumberland, fantastic county of the United Kingdom there. So free beer if you're anywhere near Alnwick, courtesy of the Alnwick Brewery Company, on Friday, next Friday.
So, and you know
good
what
for us, mind you.
No, I know it's not good for us.
We've
but,
got our mythos and our fix.
No,
and our
we got very
alpha.
good stuff here.
We
I mean, you
have.
know what?
Oh, and the
don't
Corfu
think-
beer, of
oh,
course.
Yeah,
Very
don't
good
forget that.
reputation.
No,
right,
hey guys, that's all we have time for today. We hope we made you hungry and thirsty. So have a fantastic Sunday.
That's for sure. Good one, guys.
Oh, brilliant. But guys, thank you so much for writing in again, for taking part in the show. Thank you so much for the fantastic comments and reviews you left us. That's brilliant. But that's all we have time for today. So if I have forgot anything here on comments to read to you, I apologize very, very deeply. But I'm going to make sure I'm going to throw that in tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for taking part, sending us fantastic pictures and videos in and comments. But until tomorrow I have to say goodbye, Kalinichta. Have a fantastic evening, Sunday evening. I see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely. And as always, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Stay safe, and a very good afternoon to you all.